Hello everyone, today I will be presenting my New York Stock Exchange stock market report for August 14, 2026. I have analyzed a mix of technology, semiconductors, and financial energy related stocks and ETFs. Instead of going through every number, I will focus on the overall momentum, the important market factors, and what the support and resistance level indicate. Starting with the Palantir. Palantir closed at around $171 after coming under some pressure. However, the broader market was strong with the S&P 500 and reaching above 7,800. From the technical levels, the near-term support is around $169, while resistance is around $189. So far, the Palantir is the important point is whether it can maintain support and while the broader market remains positive. And moving towards our next company, is Nvidia. Nvidia is closed around $225 and gained slightly. Nvidia continues to benefit from the strong demand for AI infrastructure, broader technology market, and remain positive. Its near-term support is around $221 with a resistance near $230. With earning coming up on August 26, Nvidia will be one of the stocks worth watching closely. And moving towards our next company is Oracle. Oracle was one of the stronger performers, closing around $156. Falling oil prices and softer inflation data helped support the broader market. However, Oracle is still significantly below its 52 weeks high, partially because investors continue to watch its large AI infrastructure spending. The immediate support is around $151 and resistance is around $161. And now moving towards next company is Arista Networks. Arista Networks continued its strong performance and closed around $210 as the technology stocks rallied. Its business continues to benefit from demand for AI networking infrastructures and important levels are around $189 for support and $209 to $214 for resistance. Overall, the stock is showing strong momentum. And moving towards next company is VanEck Uranium Nuclear ETF. Unlike some of the technology stocks, NLR remained almost unchanged at around $118.50. The interesting factor here is the long-term increase in electricity demand for AI data centers, which continues to support interest in nuclear power. Its support is around $117 with resistance around $120. Moving to our next company, Robinhood. Robinhood also performed well and closed around $94.91. The important point is that the market strength is broadening beyond just the biggest technology companies. The Russell 2000 also reached a new record. Robinhood's near-term support is around $93 with resistance near $96.50. And our next company is AMD. AMD gained about 1.8% and closed near $483. Investors are particularly interested in AMD's server CPUs business with analysts raising their expectations for the long-term market. However, technically AMD is still below its long-term moving averages, so there is a difference between its positive business outlook and its short-term technical trend. Now moving to Broadcom. Broadcom moved only slightly higher and closed around $418 compared with the companies like Micron and Intel. Broadcom's gain was modest, but its long-term story remains strongly connected to custom AI accelerations and networking. Its near-term support is around $416 with resistance around $420. And our next company is JBL. Jabil was another strong performer, reaching around $370. The stock benefited from the continued market rally, strong demand connected with to AI infrastructures and manufacturing. Its support is around $357, while the resistance is around $384. This makes Jabil one of the stronger momentum names in this report. Our next company is TCL. Moving to TCL, which is a three times leveraged technology fund. TCL rose strongly around $221, helped by technology rally and expectations that Federal Reserves could keep rates steady. because TCL is a leveraged, it magnifies movements in technology sector. So while upside can be large, the downside risk also much higher. Our next company is FAS. FAS is a three-time leveraged financial sector fund. It increased to around $185. Financial stocks benefited from falling shorter-term bond yields following software inflation data. The key support is around $183, while with the resistance near $188. Again, because this is leveraged fund, its momentum can much larger than those of normal financial stocks. And our next company is DRIP. DRIP is an inverse oil gas fund, so its movement is generally opposite to crude oil prices. It's moved to around $38.50 and has oil prices fell by more than 2%. Brent crude settled around $87 while WTI settled around $81. This is a good example of how geopolitical events and oil prices movements can directly affect the specialized ETFs. Moving towards our last company is Gush. Finally, we have Gush, which is a leveraged oil and gas fund. Unlike DRIP, Gush is generally benefits from the rising oil and gas prices. However, on this particular session, it's aged around $40.60 because crude oil prices declined. Its support is around $39.50 with resistance near $42. So, to summarize, the overall market remains strong with the S&P 500 reaching a new highs and technology stocks continue to lead the rally. AI remains the major theme behind the stocks such as Nvidia, AMD, Broadcom, Arista and JBL. The same time, softer inflation data influence the expectations and Federal Reserve policies. On the energy side, the falling crude oil prices affected drip and gush is opposite ways. Overall, this report shows the stock performance is influenced not only by company specific news but also by interest rates, inflations, AI demand oil prices and broader market sentiment. Thank you for watching.